Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I will be getting messages from Spirit of what you need to know right now. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, it's good to see you. I am available for personal readings and you can find my information in the comments section and the information section below. So let's hop in. We're going to be doing a pick a pile today, so please use your intuition to decide which pile will be correct for you. And again, today we are asking what messages the spirit world, including the animals, want to tell us about what is going on and what's to come right now. This is pile 1. This will be pile 2. And this will be pile 3. So you can take your time, pause the video if you need to, and consult your intuition to feel into which pile represents your energy at this time. If you need more time, you can go ahead and pause, and we'll jump into pile 1. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Your message will be from the Wolf Spirit. You may be facing a challenge that you feel less than prepared for. This is a reminder that you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. Take a step back and try to take a look at things with fresh eyes. So, I'm getting kind of a lone wolf energy from this pile. I feel like there's independence that is needed through whatever you're going through. And I'm also seeing that we have a lot of dragon energy here. Yours is the pile with the most dragon cards. So I pulled 3 dragons for you. The first one is Invention, burning with passion. And this dragon is using a blue flame. The blue flame often comes up with energy healers that are good at kind of exorcism work. And again, like with this sort of lone, independent energy, I feel like you might be pushing people out of your space or willing people to leave your space at this time, perhaps because they haven't put in enough effort with you. I feel like this group is building something with the red dragon here. Conquering your demons. I didn't even read this before talking about that blue flame energy. Whoever you are, I think that you've been removing a lot of people and situations from your life that were ruining things that you were trying to build. If you had foundations that were stable, I feel like there were people, energies, or situations that were creating strife within that or removing stability from you. You know, I always see castles as protection. And I feel like there was somebody or something in your energy that was actually destroying your protection here. We also have transformation, defining yourself. Whatever this was for you, I feel like it made you realize that you're a different person than you thought you were. This called your personality into question, as well as your, I'm hearing vitals. That's an interesting way of saying that. It's like, what makes you vital? What makes you feel alive? I feel like all of those things were called into question, as well as like your moral standing, the things that matter to you. I'm also hearing the word valor. I think that you had to fight for something, or you were presented with the choice of whether or not to fight for something, and I feel like you chose to fight. Okay. In the occult tarot, we have the 8 of Cups. This is Vepar, I don't know. Guide of the waters, can make storms and rough seas, causes men to die in 3 days of putrid wounds. Yeah, whatever this was that was kind of taking up space in your life, or that you had to exercise from your life, I feel like you let it rot. I feel like you let it wash away, you let it rot, and you just kind of, I'm seeing a mudslide, honestly. I feel like this left a residue in your life, which is difficult to explain to new people, is what I'm hearing. So I feel like if you are kind of exploring new options and trying to move out of this lone wolf energy, it might be very tedious to explain to other people what you went through or the journey that you traveled. Okay, some of you might be going into travel or like choosing travel at this time. I'm seeing like a motor like turning over. It's like you're going through a revolution. Summertime, the coming summertime from when you're watching this is when you're going to see this turnover. The number 2 may also have significance here. One more time card. Don't force things. If you've been trying to gain or gather new people, it will be happening in a few months. So just let it happen. Spirit is letting me know that there's a layer of protection around you at this time. I'm actually seeing a pair of wings kind of folding around you. Some of you may work with angels, angelic energies, or like flying beings. Whoever this was that you kind of removed from your life had a connection to the water and the earth. They may have been a water sign or an earth sign that left your life. And I feel like this could be an air sign watching at this time. You may also just be connected to air in the sense that you have a job, a gift, or a knowing that relates to communication, speech, or writing. You have some kind of connection to the air element where you are told things or know things before other people are given this information. I'm hearing news anchor. For somebody here, you may actually have a connection to a news anchor or somebody that delivers the news in some way. But for most of you, I feel like you're almost like a spiritual news anchor in the sense that you broadcast information that Spirit provides to you before it is relayed to others. Like you're the person who relays the information. Some of you may be readers yourselves or maybe Reiki healers yourselves. And it's like you're a conveyor of energy in some way here. Pardon my reach. They want me to get a what's the tea card for you? Oh my god, we have lots of what's the tea cards for you. This is regarding somebody that I feel has already kind of left your life. This person is still going through the same shit, different day. Whoever this was, if you're needing to know about them or get some kind of information regarding this person, Spirit just wants to let you know they are still going through the same stuff. The things they're going through are fishing for comments, or they may even be watching your social media in some way or trying to garner support, I'm hearing, for some kind of cause. Some of them are trying to kind of rally against you, but it's like they're screaming into the ethers or like posting negative things and nobody's kind of reacting to it. This person may have some bad habits. We'll kind of leave it there because I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube gods, right? This person may have presented you with a dirty offer or tried to get their hands into something. Again, something you were building. I feel like whatever this creative thing was, they tried to steal your ideas, copy your work, duplicate, or kind of feed off of you in some way. Some of you, they may have actually married you for your money or tried to date you or interact with you in some way for your money, your standing, or your status. This is like clout chasing type of energy. Okay, they would like me to get another occult tarot card here. This person has like a very heavy type of energy around them. Two of Wands. This person was trying to balance a lot here. And it's like they couldn't do it. They couldn't create another you, basically. As you can see, this demon in this card is sort of a chimera. It's a mix of a bunch of different animals and they don't really kind of work. And that's the energy that I'm getting for this person. With Epos, it says tells of past and future can make one intelligent and bold. This person may actually have worked with the dark arts or consulted this particular spirit, but I get that for most of you, this is sort of just conveying the energy that this person was trying to gain insight into where you were going. Just as you are sort of a spiritual news anchor, this person was trying to be that in their own regard, and they couldn't do it. For you, however, I feel that you are actually creating some kind of spiritual art. You may be working with poetry. And Spirit is saying that, like, there's a sense of excellence here. You know, we're looking at this person from before, and it has this sort of duck head. It's not a very pretty thing here. And this one is bringing to mind a peacock. There's some kind of level up that you've gone through here, and Spirit wants to just kind of remind you of your inner strength coming up with the wolf here, and remind you that wolves aren't alone most of the time. You know, the lone wolf energy is for a season, and to just keep that in mind and let your people appear. So that is what I have for you, Pal1. I hope that this serves you. I hope that you can call on the wolf energy and gain some further insight in your own practice. I'm sending you lots of healing, lots of peace, and lots of courage into your new thing that you will be doing. I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to move into pile 2 now. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. We are going to be getting into the energy of what the animal spirits and what the spirits around you have to say about what's coming for you, and sort of just the energy that you're moving through at this time. The animal energy that came up for you is the cardinal. Adventure. You need to live up to your fullest potential, explore new directions, and take risks in order to grow as an individual. Change may be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Something else that comes up about the cardinal spirit that I do not hear a lot of people talk about: cardinals are very spiritually gifted when it comes to clairvoyance or sight. They will actually spend time physically around people who have strong clairvoyance, because there is a shine to their energy. There's a quality to the auras of people who can see in the spirit world very strongly. And animals can see that in a much clearer way than we can. So cardinals are one of the animal spirits that see that very clearly. And they're very drawn to people with that shine in their auric field. So if you see a lot of cardinals that seem to hang out around you or seem to watch you in a very specific way day to day, that is probably why. So we have some other energies here. They want me to read this in a different order than we did with the last group here. So from the Occult Tarot, we have the Nine of Wands coming up with Marchiosius. And it says, a strong and faithful fighter, follows all commands and answers all questions. Now in this regard, I'm seeing this energy as you have been a faithful fighter for yourself and for the people around you. You've gone through a rebirth because of this. And for some of you, you've had to fight for yourself in a very specific way. You've had to kind of call out your inner dragons, or you may actually work with the dragons. Some of you may work with the wolf spirit. You might actually have a draw to pile 1 for that reason. Some of you work with the left-hand path. But there's a sense of having been attacked before and having been unprepared and kind of dragged through the mud. Some of your resources were drained or stolen. You know, in regards to this being a dragon card, they're showing me a dragon and everything from its hoard was taken except one item. And there's this real sense of like reconciling with the fact that everything that you've been protecting and fighting for has kind of been stripped from you, but that you survived that fight and they weren't able to kind of take what they wanted, which was either your soul for some of you, which is a little chilling when you think about it. For some of you, it was your life, your livelihood, your freedom. It was something of value. Okay, this wasn't like just material goods. I feel that material goods were a part of this situation for you, but it was the least of the things that were taken from you. Some of you might have lost a car from this or lost your ability to travel. Some of you may have had your car messed with. I'm hearing maintenance. Like somebody may have actually like harmed your car in a specific way here. You may be waiting to hear back about a form of travel or a form of transportation. If you were planning to leave a situation, there is a waiting period and you need to stop thinking about it for it to come to pass. There's something about this situation that cannot be changed and that you cannot affect in the way that you would like to. And they're showing me lancing a boil, which is a very disgusting image here. But there's this sense of you just trying to like make this situation go away as quick as possible. And it's like something uncomfortable needs to be done in order for the swelling to stop, or the situation to stop expanding into something you don't want it to be. But there's something very uncomfortable about this that shouldn't be happening the way it is. Let me see what else comes up here. So I have the world. So there's an ending to a situation here with Vapula. Makes one skilled in labor and crafts, increases knowledge of philosophy and science. You have some kind of skill to gain here. There may be something coming up with your work situation, your work arena, that will be freeing you from whatever this riddle is, or this situation that you cannot change, or the only way to change it would be so thoroughly uncomfortable and not worth it that you've kind of shied away from doing that, or couldn't continue lancing the boil, whatever that is. They want me to get some more T cards. Wow, that just fell open. Threatening, intimidating, threatened, or bothered. Yeah, whoever this was, you were threatened by something. I think this was a physical thing. I can't show that card for very long. We won't talk about that. They don't want me to do that card. 1 second. They want me to take the top 3 here. Okay, Spirit, and they want me to take the bottom one. Wow, okay. We have Stalker. Stalking, watching, obsessed. For some of you, if you have a platform or something that you have been building for a long time, these people are continuously paying attention to you, okay? But you don't need to be afraid. I feel like you actually have a lot of proof of what these people have done to you, whether that is actually in screenshots, as this card shows, or I'm hearing phone records for somebody. I'm hearing wiretap or tap. You know, there's a lot of things coming up here imagery-wise that Spirit is showing me about. I'm seeing a spinal tap, I saw lancing a boil, and I saw a phone tap. So there's some kind of infiltration that's going on here, but it's like, whatever this is, it's going to solve a problem or get additional information. Because when you think about it, like a spinal tap is extremely uncomfortable. I've never gotten one, but I heard it's one of the most painful things you can have done. But it reveals a ton of information that you couldn't otherwise get about your body that would solve a problem or create an avenue to a solution. And there's some kind of energy of that happening in regards to this situation, but I feel like this may not be you going through the pain of this, like, quote-unquote spinal tap or whatever. This could be this force or these people that have been stalking you that are now having to go through whatever this is. It's like you went through a smaller version of that infiltration energy from them, being stalkers, watching you, trying to take from you. And now it's like they're going through a spinal tap. It's like this bigger energy that's protecting you, this spiritual energy that's been watching you and helping you advance in your life is putting them to rest because they have overstepped their bounds. These people have tried to impersonate you in some way. This is very bizarre. This sounds really weird, but there's somebody here who's actually tried to dress like you or present as you in a financial institution in some way, or they've tried to, like, these people have pretended to be you in a very specific way here, but there's something here about dressing as you. Like, this is the part of this that keeps coming to mind for me as Spirit is showing me this, because I have a card here about impersonator, and they drew me to dresses like, look like, copies you, and then wolf in sheep's clothing, which I was just talking about a wolf here, and we were just looking at a card about clothing. And what's interesting here is it has a husky on the card instead of a wolf. So there's already, like, you know, an impersonation situation coming up in this card. But they're also bringing my attention to a husky making a ton of noise. Like, huskies scream. That's kind of their thing. And there's this energy of, like, these people will not be able to keep their mouths shut about whatever it is that they were trying to do. You're moving in silence. You're very quiet. And these people are not quite so mature, is what I'm hearing. There's something about this group that they are not able to do what you can do in a lot of ways. You have happiness coming. You've been through a lot of shit with all this, but it's like once you can sit through the discomfort of not knowing what comes next in your life, and you can let time pass so that this spinal tap type of energy can come in for these people, and let Spirit take this. I feel like this is going to bring everything into focus. This is going to bring a breakthrough for you. But you have to stay focused. You have to stick with what you're doing. There is a direction that you chose at a very specific point, like a turn in the road. And I think you're going to know what this is whenever I'm referring to it here. But Spirit's showing me you had to choose to take a turn in the road, and, like, it's like play the long game. There's something here about, like, strap in, kind of, and I'll get you out of this. And it's this energy from an ancestral kind of spirit here. You might have had a negotiation with your spirits, or whoever your god forms. Your energies that you go to for help have, like, kind of created this opportunity for you, and they're like, hey, like, you can take it or not. And when you agreed to take it, it's like you had to kind of strap in for the ride, almost. Like, you had to let things kind of come to pass with it, and it hasn't quite yet happened, and that is the discomfort that you have to sit through on your end. But that discomfort is nothing compared to what's coming for these people. Your spirits are, like, aiming for these people, and I feel like you're not going to have to worry about them anymore. We'll put it that way. I can't go into detail on YouTube because I can't use certain words, but all of the alienation that they caused, all the distance they put between you and everybody around you, the confusion, all that crap. The universe is stomping these people out. Some of you might have gone through curse work, okay? This is funny. No matter what side of the spiritual path you're on, or if you're kind of a middle of the road type of energy worker, whatever energies or beings these people went to curse you, if that was what happened to you, and you would know, those beings prefer you. Like, you know, they kind of are in the spirit realm able to see you. Just like the cardinal can kind of see people who have abilities, the God forms, energies, spirits, whatever, that these people went to can also see you. And they see you as a worthy, not even adversary or opponent, because they have no beef with you. Like, these spirits that were sent to you honestly have no beef with you. I feel like they have seen how things played out, and it's almost like they are reversing the working that they were part of at the beginning, because they've seen how gracefully you've handled this. And even if you don't work with these beings, they respect your mastery. You have built a skill set. Some of you do candle work, and these beings have seen you, and they're like, you know what? No, like, I shouldn't go after this person. I have no reason. Like, they've watched you just as these other people have. They may have even been sent to be spies, you know, in the spirit realm, like watching spirits. And they see your focus. You know, this keeps coming up here. You're a very focused person. And, you know, they don't... A lot of the beings that people will send or call on, they actually don't have any... like, any business calling on. They have... A lot of them don't make the proper offerings or show the proper respect. And, you know, a lot of these beings respect workers, not just people who call on them. So even if you've never interacted with these type of beings, they may just have respect for how hard you work and how focused you are on your path. So, you know, keep focused, keep doing what you're doing, and let the beings that are working this out on the other side work. Let them take their time, because you have good things coming in for you. If you felt really stuck, really slow and sluggish, that will be kind of opening up. There's something here about lighting up. This is very specific, but for somebody here, you may even have like an electrical thing happening in your house, because your energy is shifting so much. Remember to work on yourself first. Plug in yourself first and access yourself first. A lot of you are givers and overgive to situations, people, and jobs before yourself. And you really must switch focus in order to maintain the path. Okay, that is what I have for you, pile 2. I'm sending you lots of peace, continued focus, and, you know, a lot of well wishes in working through the last of this and kind of navigating this last push through this. So I hope that that helps you. I'm sending you lots of courage through the next steps, and I'll see you in the next one. I will be moving into pile 3 now. Welcome, pile 3. You chose Coyote as your animal spirit, and we will be bringing through the messages. This is my guides and I, as I say we. I kind of talk in the multiple whenever I'm doing this, but we will be bringing through some energies that are relevant to you now, what you need to know moving forward. So for Coyote, this is a reminder to not take things too seriously and to bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You may need to lighten up about a matter that's been on your mind for a while. Now, Coyote's a trickster, but people misunderstand what trickster energy actually is. Trickster energy is not always a bad thing. In fact, it's usually a really good thing. Trickster energy is just chaos. It's pure potential. That's it. And people are afraid of pure potential. So there's a lot of power in Coyote, and there's a lot of power in accepting things as they come and understanding that whatever you are seeing is not the fullness of the situation. It is often the inverse. We'll start there. The dragon energy for you here. Miracle, making a difference. We have a lot of purple in this card. This is about spiritual awakening and transformation. I feel like this group tends to open people to the other side quite frequently. You may actually meet a lot of people that are how do I say this? Younger souls that are still in the struggle. Not that anybody really fully comes out of the struggle, but people who don't have a sense of purpose, and don't really feel like anything matters. These may be people who are dealing with really extreme situations, and very dark, heavy things that they've carried around for lifetimes and never fully broken through. We have always partying. This came up in reverse. You may be helping somebody out of, or you may be coming out of a period where you were using, where you were overdoing things, maybe taking your body to the limit. There's this kind of energy of like doing too much. We also have dirt digging in reverse, looking for dirt on you or vice versa. I think in this regard, there may have been an energy here of like being too involved in other people's stuff. Along with this partying energy, whoever this was or whoever this is if this is you or just somebody in your energy, it's like too involved in everybody else's business, maybe not focusing on yourself or to the detriment of yourself. We also have 10 of Swords. There's been a lot of betrayal. There's been a lot of attacks that have hit you. A lot of defeat energy. Builds houses and high towers. Destroys an enemy's thoughts and desires, all they have built. Gives good familiars. I'm kind of seeing this energy coming up here as it's like people were gravitating to you as the center of their universe, and you were very focused on them, but not paying attention to yourself. There's something here about people holding you on some kind of pedestal, but it was like not the right people, not the right pedestal, not the right situation. There's also a connection to blackbirds or crows, or for somebody it's red-winged blackbird. You might live near a swamp or a wetland. There's a connection to midnight for somebody here, or noon. It's like number 12 is important here. It says create space for it to happen sooner. Again, there's kind of like a shift that's gone on out of this old partying energy or overdoing it energy. The hyper focus on other people has kind of shifted out. I have another card coming up with a drink on here. Somebody might have been a drinker or been around a lot of drinkers. There's a lot of this kind of brown orange color. Like, they're showing this. I know this is supposed to be tea, but this looks like beer to me. It says decision, wholeness, and restart. We also have meteor, extremely fast, fleeting, and lost. There might have been different relationships that kind of came and went right away. People you trusted, but maybe didn't trust you, or vice versa. There's something here about like an imbalance that came in and kind of made you feel like uneasy, you know, because we have friendship, friendly coming up, and then fear. I'm seeing a lot of surface level interactions with people, but it feels profound because there's nothing else going on. This is, again, that kind of coyote energy of like things aren't what they seem. You might have had people that were on the periphery that you realized later maybe you should have been closer with, or people that you were really close with that you're like, why did I even do that with that person? Whatever this is, I feel like it's already over, and this is a reflection. This is a reflecting period. I'm seeing somebody looking in a pond. I'm hearing Narcissus. It's about making space to see yourself and see where you got caught on yourself or felt like thought too highly of yourself. Something about masks. Some of you might be neurodivergent and masking, and you're coming out of masking. Maybe you were escaping through alcohol or something else. Or it could just be figurative, you know. We all kind of wear masks when you interact with other people. You might have fallen for masks of other people. Coyote is all about masks in that regard. Making things seem one way, but it's hiding something different. So from the Galaxy deck, we have ending. A gorgeous ending, a new cycle begins. And this is showing kind of a star forming. Some of you may have a connection to the stars. I'm hearing astrology for somebody, but I feel that for most of you, this is more profound than that. And this is like galactic type of energy, past lives in other places. Like very old soul that was surrounded by newer people. Or people that maybe didn't have those kind of connections, haven't been around that long as a soul, which there's nothing bad about that. But at the same time, sometimes it's too hard to make those kind of connections and find what you need from them if you're very ancient. We have collision. Collide with new sparks. Don't be afraid of arguments. This is about defining who you are and what you want in your life and not settling. This is also about being really honest with yourself about who you are and who you were, and about where you want to go. Inspiration, you found the key to your problem. They're showing me a book. Some of you might have just stumbled across a book or an idea that maybe even a keyword for somebody that will lead you to finding out more about where you're going, what your trajectory is going to be. They just got my attention. We've seen a lot of this color, this amber color. You may want to work with amber to kind of get into some past life energy or past life healing. Amber has this very ancient connection to how things have worked in your Akashic records, which is the collection of all of the energy over all of your past lives. It's like your access point to everything about yourself that you've ever wanted to know. We also have something coming up here about honey calcite. This can also be a good crystal for you guys to work with. It's this very comforting, warm type of energy. And I think that some of you are really in need of that and just haven't had comforting experiences or people around maybe. There's something here about like a parental coldness as well. And like trying to find that in different things or trying to explore that in different things. I feel very winded as I'm talking about this. It's just like, ugh, it's over. Like, I don't know how to explain that. They want me to get some more from the Occult Tarot here. You want one more? One more, please? This group has a connection that's very special, and it's to reptiles. I have this sort of... This energy is coming through that's very connected to dragons, reptiles, snakes. Some of you may even work with those or have a pet reptile. For a lot of you, though, I just feel like this one of your totems or your main totem may actually be a reptile, because there's a lot of heavy past life energy that's ready to be worked through in regards to survival. And the reptiles are all about working with survival energy, working about the root, because they are mostly focused in that arena. They need to rely on external things like the sun, like, regulating their temperature through the external environment in order to survive and kind of like get through everything that is going on. And there's this same kind of pattern going on for you of like seeking balance from the external and needing to find that. So some of you may want to look into the snake as a totem here. Now, as far as the Occult Tarot, we have some cards coming up here, we have the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Justice coming up here. So I'm seeing this as, it's interesting, they're showing me the positive and the reverse of these cards. It's like you're doing a full reversal in some way, or you're trying to do a full reversal. But let's read about these. This is a demonic energy in these cards. Let's talk about Baal here, the Emperor. Controls the weather, rain, and lightning. Cures or causes pestilence. For the Ten of Pentacles, we have Barbatos. Understands the tongues of animals, uncovers treasures hidden by magicians, reconciles friends and enemies. That seems to be a theme here. And Justice, Astaroth. Tell how the angels fell, reveals the past, present, and future. Again, this is, it's interesting. This is kind of that Akashic Records energy I was talking about here. So we have kind of an overview going on. What I'm taking this to mean is there's a lot happening around you that is sort of chronicling or needing you to chronicle your choices in life and how things fell apart and where you gained things and the people you've met along the way. There's a lot here about people being very formative for you, good and bad, and everything in between. And sort of just chalking it up to, this is my story. Spirit really wants you to remember that even when you were doing it for the plot, there is a special relevance to the choices that you made. The choices that you made tell about what you had to do to survive, and the things you were willing to do to get relief from your pain. And you are being presented now with the opportunity to make different and hopefully more positive or like better choices, easier choices that will allow you to get relief from the pain in a lasting way. If you have been dealing with some kind of addiction, or I'm also hearing like that for some of you, there could be a mental illness at play in some way here. And again, I'm not a doctor, so like, you know, go to a professional, mental health professional for these things. But there's kind of this energy of like something big here that is affecting your relationships with other people and how you interact with the world. And this thing is painful. It is profound. Like, it has affected all areas of your life, and it is especially limiting when it comes to the types of people that you have interacted with. And there's this energy of like subduing this thing and being able to kind of pick it up in your hand and look at it and really see it from a different perspective now. So for some of you, you might be getting into therapy, or you might want to think about that. There's like an opportunity that you don't want to miss and you don't want to take for granted or take lightly, of really being able to see yourself from an outside perspective. So please stick with that and be brave about it, because it's going to liberate you from this cycle that you've been going through for a very long time. Not just this lifetime, like this is a long period of just circling and like treading water. And the more honest you are, the clearer you're going to see the way out. Okay, they want me to leave it there. That's what I have for you, Pile 3. I'm wishing you lots of courage with this, and like, I'm proud of you for overcoming this. You know, keep this up. This is hard work. This is what people talk about whenever they throw around all these bullshit terms about shadow work. Like, what you're doing is what that is. So I hope that, you know, when the coyote spirit comes to you, you can respect what it shows you and be willing to roll with it. That's what I have for you, Pile 3. And just keep in mind, you guys, if you saw another pile that resonated for you, please feel free to check it out. I hope that you remember to like, share, and subscribe if you like what you saw here. And I hope that this makes a difference for you. If you would like to book a personal reading, see my information below. Have a good one. Bye.